Mississippi River Boulevard.
Turn those guys off.
Well, that's St. Paul 1.
Oh, okay. Tar boys.
I'm close to where that St. Paul squad is stopping the burglary suspects
No,
on
that's
Mississippi River
Intel.
Boulevard. Tracked them 2 blocks. I'm going to back them up.
Hold on just a second here. I gotta get in.
Woodlawn on Highland. Got it.
Hey, look, the silence is working because we got 145 people listening to us say nothing. That's not bad. Now it's growing.
You must be getting notifications.
Yeah. All right, backseaters. Live from St. Paul. It's Monday afternoon. And you are with Under Sheriff Mike Martin from the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office and Director Steve Leiden from the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office. And he's back by popular demand. Because it's a rainy day, I figured in case it's not too busy, we need a little more banter, right?
Absolutely.
So it has been a busy morning, though. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah, they had several cars recovered, multiple stolen cars, some robberies over in Minneapolis.
Yeah, it's the CAT team's busy. Our investigators in the gun non-fatal shooting team are busy. Our intel folks are busy.
Yeah, crime has not gone down. We have failed to put ourselves out of work.
Darn it. It's a catchy, you gotta walk a fine line, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if there was no crime, they wouldn't need us.
I've found in my 40-plus year career, that just has never come about. And to not get too political, with some of the rhetoric from politicians, they really encourage criminal behavior, and they really don't support law enforcement. So I don't see it ending soon.
Serious?
As shocking as it is, I mean, if you'd have told me 20 years ago, a city that like Minneapolis was going to have a vote to disband, I would have thought you were crazy instead of the people that actually came up with that idea.
Yeah, well, here we are.
But the good news is, I read an article with the International Chiefs Police Association saying that hiring police officers has taken a tick up. It looks like more people are saying, you know what, we do need police. More politicians are saying we were wrong to defund the police. We recognize there may be one or two bad apples, but 99.90% of police officers are dedicated, hardworking public servants that deserve respect. They deserve to be supported. And although politicians acted, anyone can make a mistake, and I'm glad to see some of them are coming to their senses and recognizing we need police. We need good police. We need support police. And citizens have gotten that all. I mean, Minneapolis.
They know that we're living there. They wanted us. And so anyway, I'm getting depressed.
Well, let's not do it. Let's talk about positive
Let's not talk
things.
about...
let's talk about the weather. That's not depressing.
Oh, the weather's beautiful. Yeah, it was pouring this morning, and it's getting better. So, for those of you who are new to Live on Patrol, we're with the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office in Minnesota. Right now, we're in the capital city of St. Paul, which is in and we partner with other agencies to keep citizens safe. And about half of the county population's in the city of St. Paul, and the rest is in the suburban areas. of which we patrol 7 what we call contract cities, where we're the primary providers of 911 response and policing, and then we support the areas in the county. And in July of 2020, our sheriff, Bob FLETCHER, decided he really wanted to educate people more on what police do, how we think, and he wanted them to see kind of the human side of us. And so he started live streaming his patrols, and then his former partner from the city of St. Paul, who now works for us, Deputy Pat Scott, started patrolling with him on Friday nights, and they still do it. They've been doing it consistently for 4 years. And then on Monday afternoons, I live stream my patrol and have different guests that come and act as my partner for the day. What an honor to be my partner for the day.
I have never been more thrilled and more excited. You know, it's funny. Ramsey County has the 7 cities we patrol, and then there's 7 or 6, depending on if you count the state fair, are jurisdictions that have their own police force that are, those cities are within the county, and the sheriff, of course, is the chief law enforcement officer of the entire county. And you know, we have the smallest county in the state geographically, but not by population.
I think by population density, we're the highest.
We got to be,
But I'm not sure.
probably number 2 behind Hennepin, which geographically and population.
Definitely the most diverse.
Well, actually, yeah. Although, as Joe Susri points out, the St. Paul City Council is the least diverse city council in the state. Just all women.
Yeah. It's a good point. But we still love them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm telling you. It's just, how can you not help and support a city within your county?
Yeah.
Right? That's important.
It's...
Because
You know what? It
cooperation,
goes to the bottom line of what we do as police officers.
it's the cooperation, interagency, along with the citizens working together in a mature manner that helps solve crime.
Amen.
You ever ride one of these scooters you see here on the side?
I tried to ride one of those scooters one night, and apparently they're adult-proof, because I couldn't even get it to start. So I just gave up. But I see people riding them all over.
Yeah, when I was at the state fair this year working, what I saw was that I thought was pretty neat is you had kids parking where it was real free or cheap, right? And then they had rented those things and then drove those up to the front gate of the fair and parked them and went in. It was kind of creative.
Yeah.
Apparently that was cheaper than paying the $20 or whatever they were charging to park. So that's coming along.
Yeah, that Rice Street Rec Center, I don't know if that's what it's going to be called. I think it's going to be North End Rec Center or something. It's definitely coming along. So, hold on, I'm going to pull over for a second and look at this text that just came through. Copper-colored Chevy. We'll have to keep an eye out. So we had shots fired, and in the area of 1613 Woodbridge. The suspect was in a copper-covered Chevy. I don't know that I've ever seen a copper, like I would probably call it light brown.
Yeah, when they say last seen southbound, that throws me a little bit since this street is really an east-west.
Yeah.
They got those scooters out all over the place. They must just be redeploying them.
They must be. Well, they have to charge them. Oops. Can you read it to me if it's not sensitive?
Somebody posted on their Snapchat to warn them the cat team is out.
Well, that's nice of them.
Yeah.
It's always nice when the bad guys are afraid because
Yes.
your good cops are out and about enforcing the law.
Copy one witness laying suspect for 1566 Woodbridge.
So I pulled over there, let the St. Paul squads respond. And we're headed that way as well. Sounds like the shooter may have gone into a house. Try to keep the wipers down to a minimum, so it's Steve's job to tell me if it's affecting the view.
Just look like a lot of people waving.
Yeah. So like I said, the cat team has been out and very active this morning, and sounds like the bad guys are learning that when the cat's how would this go? When the cat's away, the mice will play. When the cat's at work, the bad guys are jerks. Are more likely to end up in detention. How's that sound? Doesn't really rhyme.
No, we have to work on it a little bit.
Yeah.
3-4, and they think the shooting took place behind 1575 Woodbridge.
Copy, shooting occurred in the rear of 1575 Woodbridge.
Just gonna map this.
This is medic 2318 Circle Drive. Caller 78-year-old. The father has been coughing all night and having
You know what?
difficulty
It's
breathing.
my brain. I need to put another quarter in it because I wasn't thinking. I was thinking it was north of Larpenter. And
Okay.
my mind, I was really thinking Maryland. Because from my lessons in Live on Patrol, Maryland is the 1200
True.
block, I've been told. Here we go.
31 transport.
You want to ask them what they need?
From Area High School to 2215 Lambert Avenue, Soundview.
So we're out at the scene of the shots fired. We're just going to make contact with the St. Paul squads and see what they need.
How you doing?
Copy, end of the Longo.
2 6-foot tango. We setting up our perimeter. In route. Just want to get a perimeter going.
529 General, Bubba, they're going to the perimeter. Nebraska, Buffalo.
233, my witness is 10.
Copy, coming at 10 away. Talking out about 5 minutes ago, that should be accurate.
At least we can get somebody over on the wheel lock over there on the west. Or you'll see the wheel lock.
I'll get wheel lock, Nebraska.
271.
271.
If you're in westbound from the location, can we notify the school? I'm not sure what time they get out, but that might affect things.
Copy.
If I said westbound, I'm sorry. I meant eastbound. On the street.
Copy, suspect last seen eastbound White.
Did you check and see if it was on the agent list? It is.
All right. So the gentleman we're talking to here in the alley, we're working outside of the building that he ran by, and saw him running, and but they speak very limited English, so St. Paul officers requested a Spanish speaker to come talk to them, but they pointed out that the suspect ran through the alley and by eastbound. So we're just gonna check the area. They described that the suspect was holding a small rifle. So
You're not going to go far running on foot carrying a rifle.
no.
Without a lot of people calling in.
Yeah, and I'm guessing there was a car waiting or
You would think, right?
something, depending on what the situation is. So,
Thank you.
yeah, in my mind I was thinking Maryland, but actually approaching
Yeah.
Larpenter. So,
Well, Google translation was a little bit of a help there.
yeah, it helped, definitely.
So we got a high school up here.
The Washington
Yeah.
Technology.
Yeah, that's the building facing back parking lot.
Oh,
Happy over a dozen casings in lot.
2-3 of the handguns or longer?
Can we clarify what kind of open resistance appear to be from?
79 uses like handgun rounds. They don't look like rifle rounds.
They appear to be handgun rounds.
handgun rounds.
Yeah.
12
233.
casings.
Suspect info should be 17 or 18-year-old wearing a white jacket with black spots and black and white paint.
Well, that should stick out.
Yeah.
Copy, 17-year-old wearing a white jacket with black spots and white and black pants.
Yeah, and easier to hide in plain sight without the long rifle, but that outfit's gonna
Yeah.
stand
Metro
out.
446 cars for 1050 northbound 35E at Victoria. 3161 highway.
Huh,
291
interesting.
1537.
214.
Right, General.
So we're just gonna check the area for a suspect here.
We're with 233 to do traffic K9. And we will have authority out there as well.
Pretty unique description there.
Copy. 213 tracking with K9. There's a 40 on scene as well.
I'll be on the block.
We don't see a lot of white jackets with black polka dots.
Copy.
No.
That's not a good
No.
plate. Hotel Yankee X-ray 54 is the last number cut out.
Kind of dressed like a milk cow, huh?
Well, I was gonna say that, but I just didn't know, like
Are they
as a
Grimsies?
city boy. I don't know. I don't know. Black and white. White cow with black spots.
And white pants with black stripes?
Yeah. That's
Oh, there you go. Where are we going? But I think you're right. If he's not in the immediate area, hunkered down in a house, he's probably got in a car. They usually have that.
yeah.
But not always set up. It's interesting.
279, go again.
St. Paul does a great job responding to these shots fired, I'm telling you.
They really do. They set up good perimeters and take their time. I mean, I've seen time after time where they end up finding evidence or capturing someone just because they don't give up.
Yeah, it's very impressive. They bring the K9 out. Dogs are trained to find people. They're also trained to find weapons. Article search.
I'm sorry, go again.
K9s are a very critical and important part of a police department because they're a multiplier of officers because of what that dog can do.
Yeah. It's too bad, there's sometimes a delay. The
Yeah.
witnesses said it was about a 10-minute delay from the time we talked to them. And, I could probably run a couple miles in 10 minutes. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah,
No.
20 years ago I could.
Okay. Like
I can drive 20. I
like
can
a
drive a couple
100
miles pretty quick.
Yeah, 100-yard dash.
I'm working on my driving skills.
10 minutes.
At my age, the only 100-yard dash is to the closest bathroom.
I'm going to circle around and then we'll go back up.
All right.
I like playing the long odds of getting way out and then back toward the perimeter. Nobody's at the foundry.
I don't know. Probably not open yet, huh?
Probably not.
Then I don't have that midnight factory crew that comes in at 7 before they go home to bed. I wrote an article several years ago for the Ramsey County Historical magazine on a homicide that occurred in 1940 on Fort Snelling.
How you were like, what, 20, 30 at the time that happened?
Ouch. Yeah. I feel like it sometimes, let me tell you. But the thing, in researching that case, I was surprised to find out St. Paul Police Department, after the bad rap they had in the 30s, what was it, the Connors program, where
Yep.
bad guys, as long as they didn't commit their crimes in St. Paul, he looked the other way.
It was like a sanctuary city for
Yeah.
mobsters, right?
Exactly.
Dillinger, Bob Barker.
John Dillinger's gang. So they really wanted to clean up that reputation. St. Paul Police was one, if not the first in the nation, including beating the FBI, with a sophisticated crime lab led by scientists. And it was the head of that crime lab, I want to say Dr. Dalton, but I could have the name wrong. It was a doctor, I believe it was a PhD doctor in science, in forensics, that actually came out and worked the crime scene when they actually, St. Paul was able to find the victim's body.
Getting in a vehicle on camera.
That's a great history.
That's good, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, St. Paul has been on the top of crime labs for decades.
Gonna be a unknown race male wearing like a black coat with a round fur-lined hood, white shirt underneath, dark pants.
That must be the other side.
Yeah, it's gonna be the same guy that I had for my witness statement. Who was last seen running from 1575 Woodbridge eastbound towards 1566, the canvas on one side. That car I got into looked like that topper hatchback. Could have been a Kia Soul or something similar, a small SUV.
It's the Kias.
My party here is saying it may be a Buick SUV as well. Rectangle. Security SUV has dark skin and loud exhaust.
Copy your SUV, possibly a Buick, Berkshire.
We'll keep checking out that area. We'll leave that
alleyway.
GMC alone for a minute.
Copy from our spot, being clear. Suspect not in a vehicle. 1542.
So they have witnesses that saw the suspect get in the vehicle
3, 4, 5,
and leave the area. So they're not going to continue to search on foot. But nobody told this guy coming. Might be the K9, huh?
Yeah.
159. 159.
New message. New
You're the essence of lost. Take 4, please.
New message.
We're going to eastbound home.
Thomas. Looks pretty clear other than protection order.
Lost. Take 4.
So we are going to leave this area. They've broken down the perimeter because they saw the suspect get in the vehicle. So there's a suspect vehicle information put out now. And we will look for the vehicle.
I touch your computer sometimes, it does
Yeah.
somebody like a little postage stamp to start with.
I'm wondering if it's done this before and I had to restart it.
With this
Call Kyle. Yeah. Call Kyle and let him know that it's got the Larry's banner on the top. We're gonna have a banner. We should be able to pick what it says. Don't you think? It has something to do with our. Does it show it on here.
You there? Yeah.
7-1.
So that Larry's broadband thing going across the screen.
Park and Hoyt, we never made it as far as east.
Are you able? Do you see it?
They've been out there for like an hour or so.
All right.
Happy. That parking
He's
right
up,
now.
Right. So we before it's count. But we'll figure it out. We got the smartest man.
Yes,
on
we
it.
do.
I think Steve, you're the wisest.
Very nice.
He's the smartest. You
Well, I
might
wouldn't
be
go.
the wisest.
I'm going to start questioning the labor. I'm.
That's what Bob said. That guy's the wisest. Is that what
I'm not sure
all
what that other. Probably three left.
house interesting?
Put some lights
It's
on.
like it's got like a little compound back there.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. Could be a CIA offsite.
So we got a lot of graduations coming up in the next few weeks, huh? With all these schools graduating,
A ton of
seniors.
them, yeah. And we have a bunch of our employees that have kids. I have a daughter that's graduating. Whistler has a son that's graduating. Who else did I hear today? I don't know. It's there. You know what? That's competition in the workforce for old guys like us.
I'm telling you. And then, is it this weekend? This coming weekend is Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo, Saturday the 4th. And we will be there working.
347, you can take care of all.
We will be there working the event. The CAT gun unit, Intel will be out there. We have our bike team will be out there.
349.
There's going to be deputies
Could you log me out of
and
this?
reserves out there just helping keep everyone safe and have a fun event. And as a special bonus, as if tacos and street dancing isn't enough, the Live on Patrol Marathon will finish at the Cinco de Mayo. So the marathon starts at 5 o'clock on Friday,
Oh, wow.
the 3rd, and goes through 5 o'clock on Saturday at Cinco de Mayo. So
Copy. Very nice.
it should be fun. It's an honor to be able to provide safety and security to the community. And the west side of St. Paul is primarily Hispanic area, Latino, Chicano, and
It's a very deep, rich culture.
it really is.
It's
The West Side Boosters put on the Cinco de Mayo and do a great job.
Elva Castro works in the sheriff's department, and her parents were very, very heavily involved in organizing the community and making sure they were cared for and getting fair treatment in the jobs and the work they did. Back years ago, her son is now a deputy sheriff for us.
And he's married to a deputy or a corrections officer?
He's with a deputy. I don't know if they're married or not,
Okay, all right.
but
Disregard.
they're dating.
But
at
there's
least. I apologize if you are married, but last I knew dating. He works a different shift than I do now.
Okay.
So, but the rich culture of the Hispanic community is so good, and strong family ties, strong commitment to the community, great food, and it's wonderful to see festivals supported and they help build the community. They help keep people proud of where they're from and get to know their fellow neighbors and other people in the area.
Well, and it brings people in from all over the state and to enjoy St. Paul, some of the great food down there, and
and with all
community.
with all the taxes that have been added, there's good revenue for the city.
Right.
So festivals are really important to support and continue to have. And if you're around, come on down to Cinco de Mayo at 10 o'clock in the morning. I think the parade kicks it off. It's a one-day event, and you will have a great time with some great food. And if you're thinking about going into law enforcement, come on down and talk to us.
Good point. Yeah.
We really like to have a lot of people from a lot of different backgrounds. We're really proud of the cultures that we have working in our department, because we're all looking for the same thing, right? Every mom and dad wants a safe neighborhood, a good school for their kid to go to, and do better than they did. And I don't care what your background is, that's what everybody wants. And we do our best out there to make sure everybody has a safe environment to accomplish those things.
So we're over on... It's a coyote problem.
Yes.
I know how to fix that. But they probably wouldn't let me.
Where's the Roadrunner when you need him?
Yeah, exactly. You get a big anvil, and you get on top of a building.
From the Acme Company.
Yes. Now, I don't know if I'm like divulging super secret DNR type info, but did you tell me earlier that a friend of yours saw a cougar?
Yes.
Walk by his office?
Walked by the St. Paul real estate office over on Roselawn, just a block or two off of 35E. Last week, saw a cougar walk through the parking lot when he was there for a meeting. I was just shocked.
Yeah, I'd be shocked too, but they, this time of year, the males range out trying to find a female to partner with. And they'll walk all the way from North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, and make their way over here.
I'll be darned. You have a great knowledge in the world of the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the name of that guy that would go on Johnny Carson?
Well, there was Jack Hanna, but he was from the San Diego Zoo, I think. But then there was
Mutual of Omaha.
Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom.
Jim knew the alligator would come up to him. Anybody under the age of 50 I'm talking about, so I apologize. Here's the old brewery.
The school used to be a brewery?
It used to be a brewery.
Got a cop in a gray SUV just now.
Lots of people worked here. This was a Heartbeat.
Stroh's? Was it Stroh's?
Hams.
I'm trying to remember. When I first came on, we used to have meetings.
Vehicle went
gang investigator meetings.
Vehicle went northbound Fairfield towards dead end.
It was in this building over here.
Okay.
Cops at the intersection in a silver Toyota Hanson area.
Hanson Park.
So I'm gonna have them move to Hanson Park for the other squad. 3296 coming into the area. clear description on her.
So there's a gun
Black
pointing in the
female,
city of
20
New
to
Brighton.
30, camo shirt, gray SUV.
Sounds like it was at Hanson Park.
Cop will be in a silver Toyota Corolla.
And, but the cops are flooding into the area up there right now.
3296, I'm going to go down 23 from 7th. And
It's a little too close to home there.
Don't need that kind of trouble.
No. So we're right by the M&H. We are on Arcade, heading northbound. Still patrolling on the east side here.
cop refuses to leave, does not want her to escape. $82.96 happened. East, I can see him, so we've got the area covered for now. Copy that. Arriving in the area. I'll go visit the intersection so I don't pop out so the RP can leave.
Introduce ourselves. Anyway, with a truck, huge truck down the road. There's no license plate on the front. And the guy was very uncooperative with me. So I eventually got him out and handcuffed him. And then the passenger got out and started interfering. And then I went to grab the passenger, and when I turned around, the guy took off. He was out of idea.
With one corner. You had that like 6'6".
He was a big boy.
He was big.
Big kid.
I thought, okay,
Well,
here
he
it
wasn't
is.
a kid either.
No,
But
he's a big guy.
Yeah, and he,
So I hit my siren to let him know that just as I was coming around the corner to clear the cars. And once I hopped out of the car, he did everything you told him to do.
yeah.
I
Yep.
don't know who he thought I was, but
He probably thought you were the Incredible Hulk or something. I don't know. But he, and here's the bad part is I'm brand new over here.
yeah,
at the
we're
sheriff's office. I wasn't totally sure where I was. And the last thing you want to do is get on the air and say, my prisoner in handcuffs ran away.
Yeah.
Because not only is that embarrassing, but the next question is, which way did he run?
Yeah.
And I wouldn't know the answer.
So what was really good is St. Paul showed up.
Yep.
Conrad, who went to high school with my son, Russell, at White Bear Lake High School. His dad's a retired St. Paul firefighter. John was a North Branch police officer and then hired on to St. Paul. K9, one of their good K9 guys. John, I just saw saw John the other night. I run into him on the street a lot. And John knew the area and talked to several people and said, I know where your guy is. He's right around the corner.
Yeah.
And he went and got him for us.
Yeah. It was awesome. I was like, oh, dude, I owe you.
Yeah. And in the meantime, the guy you were wrestling with became Mr. Apologetic.
And Mr. Nice. I ended up, I don't even think I wrote him a ticket.
No, you let him go with, you know what? When next time an officer tells you to do A or do B, that's a lawful order. You need to do it.
Yeah.
And just obstructing justice, aiding and abetting an escape, 2 felony charges. You could be looking at a workhouse sentence if you have no criminal record. If you got a criminal record, you can look at prison for silliness. You just follow the direction, and there won't be a problem. Break, and you really appreciate it.
Yeah, no, and I've seen him a couple times since. I'll stop and talk to him.
Yeah.
Because he still drives the same, what do they call it? Avalanche.
Yep. And he's been very helpful on, because he said, I don't want trouble in the streets. I don't want bad guys. I don't want kids shooting up the place. If I see it, I'm calling and telling you.
Yeah.
So it's, sometimes that personal connection, you miss it when you're driving squad cars all the time. That's why the sheriff's really big on get out of the car, talk to people, interact with people.
Yeah, it's, you know, sometimes I had a friend that I taught cops with all over the country, and he would always say, you know, you need to get off your butt, and he didn't say it quite that way, and knock on doors and actually get out and talk to people.
Yeah.
Is how you solve stuff. And boy, how many times have I seen that?
No, that's critical. It really is the relationship you have. And we're part of the community. We're cops, we're deputy sheriffs, but we're also part of the community. Our kids are here, our family's here, our friends are here, and we want this to be a thriving, growing, popular, fun, safe place to be.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Of course, that's the same guy who I told you this morning was in Omaha when the tornado went through, and he sent us a video of the tornado going by like 2 blocks from his house.
Instead of taking shelter, he's out filming.
Yeah, so, you know, I don't know if I would take his advice on everything.
It's kind of like the weatherman, right?
It was kind of nice, though, to get a video.
Good video.
Timely video.
Tell him next time to live stream it in case the tornado takes a turn and wipes them out and still have the video.
Oh, it'd be great video, too, wouldn't it?
Twirling around, that would be...
You could be the...
you might win the $100,000 video thing, right? You know, weathermen crack me up all the time. There's a hurricane, there's a tornado. They got to be out in the middle of the hurricane, standing outside to tell you the news. Like, that's better than being in the studio telling you.
I know, yeah.
But there was a time.
This is what rain and wind looks like.
There was a guy doing the broadcast of the flood, right? And behind him about 20 yards, he goes, look, there's 2 guys canoeing right down the street. And then all of a sudden, a lady walked across the street right behind the canoe. And it was only up to the ankles. It's still flooded, but it wasn't as bad as they wanted it to appear.
Oh, wow.
Lots of people out today.
They are out walking around for as sloppy as it is, but it's been so rainy that they're probably getting cabin fever.
You see all the buds, the water's helping, all the trees are budding now.
Yeah, my allergies.
I was just
well aware of that.
I was just going to say, if you have allergies, get your medication because it's here.
It sure is.
I can't believe how many people are walking around. It's about every block we got people. It's that winter. Even though it was a mild winter, Minnesotans like to get out and enjoy spring.
They sure do.
Verbal application of the moving items.
A lot of people walking their dogs, too.
He's got 2 dogs.
279.
I get the call time for this call. Video here.
So we're on Johnson Parkway here. I'm gonna turn and go west on 7th Street. This little area's been busy lately.
Mueller Funeral Home. That's where my grandmother was buried out of. 1978, I believe.
Wow. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I've sat in that parking lot before waiting for a car to come by.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy at night sitting in a funeral home parking lot.
I get that.
You never know. You never know when they're going to come to life and come out and get you.
Yeah. Spookiness.
We have 2 minutes 37 seconds left. I just got to notice.
Another witness said
that
that gray
what Kyle
SUV
said?
may have been beige and appeared to be occupied 5 times.
Happy. I see maybe the beige occupied 5-6.
Yeah, about 15 minutes.
So unfortunately, we're going to have to cut it a little short today.
No technical difficulty here.
Yeah, the deal is that it's the thing with our subscription, and every once in a while it rechecks the settings, and we have to update them. Otherwise, we get this where you only get to go live for an hour.
It's amazing how many people get a lot of credit for doing things when it's really the people in the background that do a lot more of the work, right?
Yeah.
The heavy lifting. And I think of a good friend of mine, his wife, Wanda Barrett. She is the main support of all the functions she does as Mr. Pat with the Irish Festival. And, he was EB on the Vulcan crew, and then he was the Fire King. And he's given a lot of time and effort into these civic organizations. He's been to Cinco de Mayo many, many times.
I'm going to be like Securus.
Yes.
You have 1 minute left, and it's going to die. 1 minute, 2, it says.
Well, hey, Backseaters, thanks for being with us this afternoon. Sorry it's a little short. Coming to you from St. Paul, Minnesota right now in the great county of RAMSEY, the first law enforcement agency in the territory of Minnesota.
1849, right?
You got it.
All right. Thank you very much for being with us. The CAT team should be live on Wednesday unless something happens. If they can't make it, maybe I'll step in since we got cut short today. And then on Friday is the marathon. So make sure you let everybody know. And thanks for being